loves, welcome back to my channel. So today I am going to show you how I accomplished this pretty ginger orange hair color. So if you're interested, stay tuned. Alright, so let's go ahead and jump right into this. As you can see, I have my hair dye here. I'll be using the Adore color in Cajun Spice, French Cognac, and Sunrise Orange. You'll also need some Gots to Be glued spray so that you can go ahead and protect your lace from being dyed. You'll need a pair of gloves, and I also use some trash bags to help protect the countertops and this small bucket here. Also, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and turn on post notifications. And this is the hair I'm working with. This is hair I got from Amazon. It just came in the 613 color. I got the lengths 20, 22, 24 in an 18-inch frontal that I'll show you here in just a second. This is some very good hair. I am going to link it down in the description box below. As you can see, there was no shedding when I ran my fingers through it, which is good because we all know 613 hair usually sheds a lot. But from the time I did this frontal, or this wig, constructed this wig, I've had minimal shedding. And this is the frontal. As you can see, I'm just running my fingers through to show you that there's really no shedding. You're also going to be needing some scissors, a paddle brush to go ahead and detangle the hair when you're dyeing it, and you'll need a rat tail comb. Now I'm just getting some hot water and pouring it into this small bucket here. Now as you can see, the bucket is really small. I did not use a lot of water because the less water you use, the more color payoff you'll have. So I'm going in and grabbing my frontal first, and I'm just using that Gots to Be freeze spray, and I'm going to spray it all over the lace so that we can prevent the hair dye from dyeing that lace. And like I was saying, the less water you use, the more color payoff you'll have. That's why I also decided to use a smaller bucket. It's just one of those storage buckets that you can get from Walmart. I decided to use that because I just want to maximize this color. And now I'm going to let that dry, and while it's off to the side drying, I'm going in with my first color, which there's no particular order, but I went in with the Cajun Spice first. And I made sure I poured that in, and then I just took my rat tail comb and just went ahead and stirred that really well. We want all of those clumps to be dissolved into that water, because if you do not dissolve the clumps, it will cause your hair to be patchy, and we definitely do not want that. Now I chose to use hot water. I don't know if there's a difference between hot water, room temperature, or cold water, but just in my mind, I felt that hot water would work best. And as you'll see at the end, it came out very well. And you just repeat the process with all the 3 different dyes, or whatever dyes you choose to use. Just make sure you get all the clumps out. And definitely wear gloves because you don't want to stain our hands. Even though this is a semi-permanent dye, so it does fade, you still definitely want to protect your hands. Especially if you're wearing like nails, acrylics, or gel. And now I'm going in with my lace frontal. And as you can see, I'm just dunking that bad boy in, since it is been protected by the Gots to Be spray. And I'm just making sure I get every piece of hair into the water. And just submerge it there. But I don't keep it there. You'll see I'll go ahead and start to lift it up out of the water. I made sure that I'm getting all of the hair, all of the product onto the hair. And then I just go in and start to kind of like just dip it in and out of the water. And also, I don't know if you noticed, but the color of the water is getting lighter and lighter. That's because it is absorbing all of that hair. If you use too much water, you're not going to get all the color and your hair is going to start to fade faster. But as you can see here, I'm just combing that out and just making sure that it was evenly dispersed amongst the hair. Now I'm just going in with my shortest bundle, which is the 20 inch, and then I'll go to the 22 and 24 and just dumped it in. Now I did not add any more dye, which I should have done here, but you'll see me add it in later and re-dye the hair, dump the hair, however you want to say it, or dip the hair. And you definitely want to make sure you unravel the hair. You don't want to just place the bundle in as you receive it, because you will have patchy dye. So you definitely want to just unravel the hair. As you can see, that water is light, so it's going to look very orangey, which the orange is pretty, but I didn't just want an orange color. I want it to be a mix between ginger and orange. So I'll dump that hair, as you'll see here. I'll dip that hair, and then I'll pull the hair out and add more color in. As you can see, that water is almost clear now. You can definitely see through it. And I'm just making sure every piece of hair is getting dye on it. And now I'm going to put some more dye into the water. I didn't add any more water. I just added more dye. And of course, just make sure we got all of the clumps out. And now I'm going to go back in with that same bundle and just go ahead and just re-dip the hair. And as you can see, it's starting to darken up a bit. And that's definitely what I was going for. And now I'm just taking my paddle brush and just detangling the hair. Now I'm just going to go ahead and repeat the process with the other two bundles. I'm going to go between dipping and adding more dye, and you just complete the process and add dye as needed. If you want your bundles to be a little darker, go in with just adding the darker color or your darkest color. If you want it to be lighter, just add a little bit more of the lighter color. It's your world. Do whatever you want. And just make sure that you are continually dipping the hair. Don't just sit it in the water. You want to make sure that you are continually dipping that hair. And this is our results once dipping. It looks a little stiff because I have not rinsed and washed it yet, but I let it sit there while the other ones were dipping. And then once I've done doing all my dipping, I'll go ahead and wash and shampoo the hair and condition. And because this is a semi-permanent dye, you will see the dye kind of running out. That's again why you want to maximize the amount of dye that's on the hair by using less water, because it will fade. The more you wash it, the more it will fade. Now I did go in, which I did off camera, is for the exact reason of the hair, not wanting the hair to fade too quickly. I made the frontal a bit darker because I wanted, that's going to be the part that's most seen anyways, is your frontal. So as you can see here, the hair has dried and that frontal is darker than the rest of the bundles, which was totally fine. It came out so cute. Alrighty, so this is the final look. After I dyed the hair, I made a wig. So if you are interested in seeing on how I constructed this wig, make sure you turn on your post notifications and subscribe to your girl's channel, okay? Until next time, peace.